opening statement?
Nope.
Dom, how do you feel, you said that you've put on some weight, some muscle. How do you feel you've progressed from last year to this year, experience-wise, and being able to take the team down court?
I just feel like I'm more confident out there, just having that weight and having that year under my belt, and then just learning from the older guys, just be more confident and just more aggressive on the court.
What did you learn from Steve, watching how he directed things last year?
Just, he wasn't scared to fail. I mean, he would go out there and just, he had so much confidence, and then that's really what I learned the most from him. Just not be scared to fail and just have the most confidence out there and just have, just feel like no one able to guard you out there.
Josh Orson. Josh, you spent a year kind of removed from competitive play. Are you chomping at the bit to get back in and start playing competitive games before then?
Yeah, it's been a long time not playing. I'm looking forward to playing again and competing in a hostile environment, away games, home games with the crowd is moving forward. So I'm just looking forward to playing again.
For all three of you, you guys struggled pretty mightily on the road last year. You went 2-11. How do you kind of alleviate or improve on playing outside of course?
Point guard. Let's go, point guard. Speak up.
I feel like we just have to just go out there and just play more as a team. I mean, last year we would play one half of basketball good, and then the next half it'll be a let off from the first half. So we just have to pull a complete game, and then I feel like if we do that, we'll be fine because we played like we played in Oregon in the Pac-12 tournament. We played one half of great basketball, and then we slacked off, and then that really hurt us because we ended up losing that game.
For Don and Josh Orchard, Coach has talked about three-point defense obviously being a shortcoming in the last couple of years. Do you two feel like that's an area where obviously you can kind of step in and Don, in your case, improving over the last year and shortening the defensive end this year?
Yeah, definitely. Defending the three will be important for us this year. We work on it a lot in practice every day, close out drills, and just staying focused on that. I think it'll help us, benefit us a lot during the season if we can do that, defend the three. Good.
Josh Scott, Tad said last year that he's going to be more demanding on this team heading into this year. Have you noticed a change in your coach? He said he was getting pulled by the horns last year, and that was his fault. Are the players accepting the change off the way?
I mean, honestly, yes, there's a change. He talks a whole lot more. He explains a whole lot more. He takes the time on the court to really get his point across. Even if it's the smallest detail, he's going to take the time and pay attention to it. And in terms of like just looking at practice, that's just how our practices have been. He's been taking the time to explain the smallest thing, whether it's just a small showing a ball screen mistake or being in help side, but you know, he's kind of being more, he's paying more attention to details, put it that way.
Is he tougher on you guys?
No, he's about the same. He's always been tough. He's always been tough.
Josh Fortune, last year you guys struggled to get the ball in the net and you weren't playing, but everyone sees you as a shooter and it's going to have a huge impact on this team. Who besides you is going to put the ball in the net for this team?
Say that one more time.
Who on the team is going to put the ball in the net? Who's going to score?
Oh, we all can score on our team. We have low post players that can score. We have guards that can get to the rack. And me being a shooter, when a low post players get double teamed, being able to make shots on the outside perimeter is going to open the floor for everyone for driving lanes and all of that. So we can all play. We can all score basically. So it's going to be fun.
Josh Scott, last year before the season, you talked a lot about how you had worked on your perimeter shot. I think you only ended up shooting around 6 threes on the season. Do you expect that number to go up this year?
Yeah. I just need to shoot them, honestly. It's one of those things where especially if people are going to down ball screens and our guards come off and they leave me open at the three-point line. I'm going to shoot it just because the defense needs to respect me. Not to mention something been shooting them all off season, so it's one of those things where even if they're not going in, probably going to shoot at least one or two of them. So yeah, probably some more threes for me.
Josh, how do you think your Pan American camp experience gave you that perspective for this year?
Fired me up. I think in terms of like the experience itself, it kind of just showed me how different people do basketball and how they go about preparing for their seasons. But in terms of what it did for me, more than anything, it kind of worked as motivation because I didn't make the team, and so it kind of is another chip on my shoulder for the season.
Josh, if an athlete has a knee injury, has a brace, breaks an arm, he's got a cast, you go through a back, you don't have the thing to show everybody you're not hurt. How did you deal with that mentally last year, and how thankful or appreciative of yourself this year?
Honestly, it was a struggle. It wasn't a fun situation for me, but I think both these guys know, especially probably him more than anything, it's painful sitting and watching your team and not being able to do anything about it. And for me, it was just like, even though it was a struggle, it was one of those things where it's better to have me out there struggling than me sitting on the bench. And so that was just kind of my mentality, was just, try to push through and fight for it, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted out of myself. But in terms of just like how appreciative I am of my health, I'm very appreciative. It's kind of means the world to me now. I understand how it kind of feels to get basketball taken away from you and you have no control over it. And so now it's kind of more like valuing the time I have.
As a senior, how much, or a leader, or how much can you look outside yourself and say, I'm going to help, or try to get the most out of the guys on your side, in addition to contributing to my points, my rebounds, my defense, that we're obviously helping you just that way. What's the best approach for you? Just worry about your game, or expand your focus?
I think throughout my career, at least, I've seen that when you focus too much on your own personal career, it doesn't really lend much to your whole team. And so for me, it's more of I've been there, played against good players, played against good teams, and it's just more lending my experiences. And in terms of looking at other people's games, I think last year, I think I was probably too quiet, and I'm probably going to get on guys more, and guys won't like me at times, but I figure it's senior year, don't really have time for worrying about it, and it's one of those things where I hope everybody, including these guys, are honest with me as well. So just one of those things I'm going to look at it, and if there's something that needs to be addressed, it's going to be addressed, and we're going to have a good year. Yeah, go ahead.
How is the team different this year without XJ so far?
So far, honestly, XJ to me was like an Energizer bunny. When he really set his head to it, he was a bull. So for us, I think the biggest difference without him is making sure that we rebound the ball and that people stay aggressive, especially on the perimeter. Because that's something XJ I thought did really well as a player. But other than that, I think, he's still with us. He's still there to cheer us on. And, honestly, I enjoy when he kind of speaks up and says, hey, guys, you turn the ball over too much, because he has a perspective that none of us have. So it's good to still have him, but we're going to have to make up for it. And I think we're going to be fine. Honestly, we're going to be perfectly fine.
Dom, Coach Boyle said earlier that your development has been very good, but the one thing that we most challenge you in is kind of being a more vocal leader. And you mentioned that kind of personality-wise, it's not the vocal type. So how do you kind of get yourself into that more vocal leader role alongside Josh?
Well, yeah, like you said, it's been a problem for me throughout growing up in school or whether it's basketball. So I just been trying to work on it outside of basketball as much as I can, so I can be more comfortable with it on the court. And then just having these guys just like yell at me or whatever, the teammates, to get their head in the game, that'll light a spark into me, and then to start to open my mouth more. But overall, I just been working on it every day.
Do you think being a leader when you're in high school and being a lead player at the state of Colorado can help you jump to being a upper echelon player on this team?
Can you say the last part again?
Jump to being a better player on this team?
I think it can. I think really I just have to be more aggressive and then just have that confidence, and I think the leadership will come throughout the year. And then, like I said, I've been working on it, but I mean, high school, that was 2 years ago, so I just need to, I may have had a good high school career, I just need to look past that and then have a good college career.
Josh Scott, what was the lesson learned from your game?
There's a lot of them, but honestly, I think the biggest one, I think maybe you can ask both these, but one I think all of us have kind of taken away and kind of felt in practice has been a sense of urgency, as well as almost a willing to commit to what we were founded on, or what our program's about, which is defensive rebounding. And I think those things, as well as, I've said before, I feel like guys are kind of, talking to each other and letting people know when something's not all right, which is a good thing going into this year that I think as a lesson we can, really improve upon and keep us going and going.
Josh, for instance, you're a veteran guy. You played on, you sat and watched this thing last season from the outside. What was your observation?
It was hard watching, but not to say, anything, but it was just not playing was kind of hard. But I just think that at certain times we would not come out the gate as strong and wait kind of too late to play hard, and that was kind of an ongoing thing through the whole season. I just think that we need to fix that this year and come out each game, play like it's our last, and just play hard each game.
Josh Scott, since the time you were 14 or 15 or maybe even younger, there's been a lot of outside people evaluating whether you're a recruiting international team coach or NBA scout. Forget all that for a second. How do you evaluate yourself and where you are as a player right now?
Honestly, I think my body of work so far through my career puts me as a pretty dang good player. I think, every player has his weakness, and so I keep improving upon them, and I'll continue to work on my game. But honestly, I've been pretty pleased. I think I've always had people doubt me, not believe in me, and that was high school. That was me starting as a freshman in college, and it's kind of a little bit, it's our team and me right now. So I always look forward to proving people wrong, and somehow I always end up coming out on top, and I plan on doing that again along with this team.
What's the biggest doubt you've heard through the years that you've gone, that's not going to be wrong, I don't think wrong about that, or maybe associated with that, the weakness that you see in your own game, and you say, okay, I got to get that back?
Honestly, I heard that, I remember coming out of high school and even as a freshman in college saying that a kid from Colorado basketball couldn't succeed at the college level. And now I just say first team all Pac-12 if I hear it. I think I've succeeded. Our team has been to 2 NCAA tournaments since I've been here, and I think Dom probably understands that doubt, probably, and it's just one of those things where you just continue to prove wrong with your actions rather than your words.
Just for all you guys, how's Jordan fit into the rotation? How's your
Who? Yeah.
George?
Coach Kane?
George?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
George he's a really athletic wing, one of our bigger wings that we have. He can play a lot of positions from the 2 to the 4, and just having that, being able to be that diverse in our system is very good for us to have them crash the boards on offense and defense and just be a physical wing player.